Welcome to another Open Geospatial tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use geoprocessing in the browser, access 700 plus tools in GeoLibre without having to install anything on your computer. So during the last couple weeks, I think about 3 weeks, I have been building this GeoLibre application non-stop. So I spend 10-14 hours a day doing a lot of development, and I just released version 1.7, and it has a redesigned toolbox that processing toolbox that allows you to run a lot of tools in the browser without having to install anything on your computer. If you're interested in learning how to use it, I previously created another tutorial here 2 weeks ago introducing how to install the package. I'm not going to repeat that. So you're welcome to go to the GitHub repository, and then there's a link here. It should take you to GitHub. So this one has 40 minutes introducing you some of the basics about GeoLibre. And it's very powerful. It's only like 3 weeks. It already have about 1,200 GitHub stars. So this is one of the fastest growing project that I've ever created. And there are a lot more to come. So stay tuned for more updates. Also, I want to mention is that I have also made it available on Microsoft Store. So for Windows users, if you want to install the desktop version, you can also just click the link, then take you to here. Because I'm on Linux computer, it doesn't show me. But if on Windows, it can show you that you can get that from the Microsoft Store. Then just click the link, you'll be able to install with just one click. Right now, for this one is 1.5. It was like a couple days ago. Actually, say here it's a 0.07, and that was like maybe 2 weeks ago. It took a while for me to actually submit this one, and then went through all the obstacles to make it available. So if you want to install on your computer, you can, but you can also just use the browser there. I'm going to show you later. Besides Microsoft Windows, you can also use it on Linux computer, Arch Linux, the one that I'm using, and also Flatpak. It's also available on Mac computer. So if you go to the release here, click on the right, and then scroll down, you can download all the installer here for different operating systems. For example, for Mac computer, if you're using M series, you want to download this one, Arch 64. If an Intel, you Mac computer, you want to install the x86 this one. Also, it's also available on Android. If you want, you can install this APK on Android phone, but you can just use the web browser. It works just fine. So, but if you want a native experience, you can install the app on the computer. All right. So next, I'm going to show you how to get started. You can click upper right corner here to open the GeoLibre app. And this is the website showing you all the detailed information. You are welcome to look through them. If you just want to try it out, just click this open live demo here, and this is going to open it up, and it should run just anywhere that you have internet access, and also with the browser. By default, it's just going to show you a basic map, but you can create a new project. You can choose different maps if you want to. There are different maps available here, so you can choose whichever you prefer. For example, I can choose the position, just a light mode, and then just click OK. It should be able to repeat that. Also on the left side here, you can also just double click. And from here, you can also switch maps easily as well. So I can switch to the position. After that, you can start adding a lot of data. So on the Add Data menu, it supports pretty much all the geospatial data formats. If there's any data format that you want to utilize but it's not available, feel free to submit a feature request on GitHub. Happy to look into that. So here you can add most of the common vector and raster data. You can also drag and drop files to the browser directly. So in this example, I'm just going to show you maybe use some sample data. You can use this add raster data layer. And from here, there are two rendering backends. Basically, you can use the web GPU or you can use WebAssembly. And so I'm going to use the WebAssembly, the GPU here. It's a little bit faster. Then select this sample data set. You can select whatever you like. I'm going to use the DM here. Just click load. It should be able to load the dataset directly to the map. And as you can see here, you can also change the visualization from here. You can reverse color map if you want to. There are two ways you can do the visualization. On the right here, also you have the style panel. So this one allows you to actually change the styling. You can make this one a little bit bigger here. So if you want to change the color, click the color ramp and then scroll down. You can preview the color. For example, this is the DM. I want to use the terrain. So just one click, then you can switch to the DM. And the other thing might be useful is that sometimes you might want to inspect the pixel values. Just click this identifier, enable it, then you can click your mouse on the map, and for the data layer it should be able to query. So this is actually sending the coordinates and then getting the pixel values directly from the map. So you'll be able to see here, right? So it's pretty cool. And this is how you can easily visualize. Also, you can open this one, edit raster data layer. You can see let's open this one again. There's also inspector here, very similar functionality. And you can do the change the stretch, or you can also change the no data value. Sometimes if you have a background or something, you might want to change it here. For example, I want to maybe hit a custom value. If sometimes it's not common one, you can change this one, for example, -999 or something like that. So for me, I'm just going to use auto. You will be able to read the no data value from the metadata and then show in here. Next, let me show you how to do some geospatial analysis. And this is the power of GeoLibre. It built on top of Whitebox Next Generation. So Whitebox is a GIS platform developed by Dr. John Lindsay in Canada and University of Guelph. If you're interested, you can just try Whitebox Next Gen, and you should be able to find the GitHub repository here. The link is also in the video description below. So this is a very powerful project that's rebuilt from ground up, and it's using Rust programming language. It's super fast, super efficient. I built this one into WebAssembly so that you can run it in the browser without having to use Rust, and it can run anywhere. So I built this one. I think it's called GeoLibre and then Rust. I'm not sure if Google can index it. Not right now, but you can maybe open GEOS. The link is also in the video description below. I will put it in. So if you go to my GitHub repository, and then from the repository here, you may be able to find it. I'm usually just search Rust. GeoLibre Rust. So this is the one that I kind of built on top of Whitebox. There's also another Whitebox WebAssembly. So WebAssembly basically is just compiling to the web browser. So it's like platform agnostic, and you can run it anywhere, and there's no installation. So it's very, very powerful. It will basically pull the packages from the browser, and then it's compatible, so you can run it anywhere. And I also include some additional tools that are not available in the Whitebox. If you want, you can check out the link here. And this one will have like over 150 stars, quite surprising. On the right here, you can click, and this one also shows you kind of preview. And so when you open the browser, it's going to load everything. You notice here, it has 474 tools. That's actually quite a lot. And you can see the category here, conversion, hydrology. I'm going to show you how to use that in GeoLibre so that you can actually visualize the data directly. Also, there's some different sources. For example, I also developed some tools or migrate some of the tools that I previously developed into here so that you can also use in WebAssembly, some of the, including data conversion, and then also do some LiDAR data analysis. So if you want, you are welcome to click here, and then you can just select the file on a computer, click run, you will be able to run that. And this is just simply just a web version for you to test it out. But you want to use this one because it has been integrated within GeoLibre, so you can actually visualize the data, run the algorithm, and then also visualize the result directly. So it's more integrated. So first, let me show you how to do that. For example, this is DM. I might want to create a hue shade. I might want to do some hydrological analysis. Very simple. Go to the processing menu, and then from here, I can find, for example, hydrology, and or maybe it's just the terrain, maybe create a hue shade or something. Go to general, and you're welcome to scroll and then see all the toolbox. Again, there are 700 plus tools available. So it's the most powerful geoprocessing toolbox, open source, free, that you can use in the browser. And this is not something you can easily do using other Python packages. And I'm going to use the terrain here. Go to general, and then maybe just select this one. tilted Q sheet. Once it's selected, it's going to load the entire toolbox, and the tool is going to be selected automatically. From here, you can enter the select the input. For example, I want to select this dm.tif, and then you can adjust the parameters if you want to, but most of those are optional. So you can just click run. It's able to just run the tool directly, and then generate the result. You can see here it's acidic, and then you will see the file path. Pay attention. So this file is the browser sandbox. So it's not the file on a computer. Everything lives within the browser sandbox environment, and it's very secure. So, but it has been added to the map, and look at this, super cool, right? So allows you to actually run geodata processing directly. And again, you can use the toolbox here. You can also create a new group if you want to. I can change the opacity just to show you what it looks like for the hue shade. I can turn the layer on and off. So it's as simple as that. You can pretty much run any toolbox. For example, you can go to hydrology. I might want to delete, for example, maybe fill the sink in the DM, for example, and then just select the DM, click run. It should be able to run, and so it has DM has been filled. And after that, I can maybe delineate the flow direction. So I can go to hydrology again, depression, and stories, and then maybe I can on flow routing. Then I can calculate maybe the DA pointer. For example, I want to calculate the flow direction. Then I select this fill DM, and then just click run. Oops, there's a bug. Then I might need to fix it. Maybe select the. Okay, interesting. I need to look into that. Okay, I'll fix that later. So for this one, I'm just going to show you the raster dataset. But you can also do a lot of like vector dataset as well. So let me maybe uncheck hide all this. So if you don't have any dataset, you can use the sample dataset. Just click Add Vector Data Layer, and then from here you can just select the sample data layer. For example, countries, and then just click load. It should be to load any vector data set, big and small. So you can also check this stream GeoPacket. So if the file is too big, it's going to create vector tiles directly. So here, not sure why we have two countries. So let me remove one here. So I have right now I have this country data set here, right? And it has been loaded. So from here, you can also turn on the label. I also added this one so that you can label the data if you want to. So I'm going to turn off this. Right now, we don't have this background. On right here, I can select, for example, which column you want to use for the labeling. So just select, then it's good, right? And I can just turn it into a globe mode. Looks really nice. So you can do the labeling easily. It seems it's not looking very well on the dark mode. On my screen, it looks pretty clear. Anyway, so you can see here, you can change the color. So I can change the text color if you need it, right? So I can switch the color. I can change the halo color, something like that. So feel free to play with it and can customize it. One thing I want to show you is that you can run geodata processing. So I'm going to go to the maybe vector data, and then maybe geometry processing. For example, sometimes you might want to create a centroid based on the polygon. I can just open it and then select the countries, click run, and just see seconds. In just less than 1 second, you have the data and you have the result. You can also open the attribute table. You can double check. So all the attributes from your existing data layer, it should also be available directly from here. And then you can also change the visualization, right? So I can go here, I can change the color, for example, to something else. And these are all dynamic. So it's just like a GIS platform that similar to ArcGIS and QGIS that allows you to run a lot of data analysis and visualization, but it's entirely in the browser. So you don't have to install anything on your computer. So this is how you can utilize this to run all kind of data analysis. You can do also some LiDAR data analysis. You can do network analysis. You can even do remote sensing, change direction, classification. So feel free to explore those 700 tools, and then let me know if there's anything missing. Let me know. And the other thing I want to mention is, besides like existing tools, you're welcome to extend the functionality. You can develop plugin, just like QGIS plugin. You can extend the functionality. So I've created some of those in here. That allow in the settings, you can go to manage plugin. So allows you to install plugin. If you want to develop your own plugin, you can click this one, take you to the plugins repository. You can read through the documentation, and then you can for example, develop plugin. I also create a template that allows you to develop plugin based on the template. But this one is using TypeScript, so you do need to know some TypeScript. But nowadays, you can use AI to help you to use this template to create your own plugin. And once it's created, then you can expose, you can upload the plugin to this plugin registry. So you can submit a pull request. In that way, your plugin will be available from here, so anyone can install. For example, I can install this one, maybe elevation profile. For example, I want to see some profile, just install it. And then in the plugins menu, you will find this one that we just installed. Then just activate it. You're going to see the icon here. After that, I can maybe just go here. I can zoom to this DM that I just used earlier. Something is weird. Let me create a new project to clear everything. There might be some bugs, so I'm still doing a lot of active development. But let me try again, add layer, and then I'm just going to select this DM, not the link cover. I'm going to select the, select the DM data, load it. Okay, so now it's back, and I'm going to change the visualization here again to just terrain. Where is it? Terrain. So here, imagine you want to create an elevation profile. So you will notice here, even if I create a new project, the plugin is still there because it's stored in your web browser local storage. Then I can just click here, line, and then I can just select, drag, and drop. You'll be able to see, now I can see the profile here. Right now, this is, the line is beneath this one because it is using DeckGeo, the map box. So it's kind of not working very well. But if you add the raster data layer, let me show again. If you add the raster data layer using WebAssembly, that one is using XYZ tile, so it should be better. Oops. Oh, maybe it's also using DeckGeo. I forgot. Let me try again. So I'm going to draw a line again. Oops. Anyway, I need to fix it. This is just some multiple data layer. You have a lot of these kind of things. Basically, the G index is low, so that's why it's added beneath. But you are welcome to explore, try out your own data, and it can open data from the internet. You can also drag and drop files to a computer. So let me show you, right? I can remove this one, and then I can maybe open a file somewhere here on my computer. For example, I have some data here. It can be big and small. For example, I have link cover data here. This one is 1.5 gigabyte. Pretty simple. I can just drag and drop the file to the browser and take a look. It loads nicely. And this one is 1.5 gigabyte. So you can pull data from your local computer, open any files from computer, whether it's vector data, raster data, just drag and drop, or just use the vector data layer or raster data layer here. And the other thing I want to mention is that if you want to develop the plugin, you can go to the manage plugin here. I also have another sample plugin, this one here. If you want to see how it's created, you can click this one and then take you to the website. So this is kind of the plugin inside here, and then sample, right? So this is the sample plugin. And the cool thing about this, it allows you to access the toolbar menu and also the panel. So after install, if you go to the plugins menu and then activate it, you will see here at the top, you can actually add, you can extend the GeoLibre functionality to create the panel and also the toolbar menu here, and then click, for example, open workbench panel. You're going to open another panel here on the right. So you can basically do whatever you need. You can extend the functionality. You can also move things around. I can collapse it, right? You can hide it, or you can expand it, and or you can move it to the left side here, or even to the further left side. So there are a lot of flexibility that allows you to extend the functionality. Beyond that, you can also have a floating panel. So I can open this one. They can drag and drop this one here on the map, and you can extend functionality to create anything you want that you want to integrate with the map using the plugin ecosystem. And you can bring a lot of geodata processing tools. You're also welcome to contribute to the GeoLibre Rust package. That if you want to have the tools directly available in here, you can do that. So if you go to the processing, if you go converter, for example, some of these are the tools that I created It's not part of the Whitebox toolbox, but it's also available in here. And this is using Rust language, so it's pretty fast. So I can basically read GeoParquet, write GeoParquet, something like that. There are also some hydrological tools available. For example, you can delineate depressions with a hierarchy. So feel free to try them out and let me know if you run into any issues. I don't have time to go all the details, but today I just want to show you the geoprocessing capability. If someone that want to use Jupyter Notebook, it's also available. Just click here, and then it's open JupyterLite on your computer, and then it can just open the notebook. So, and then you can just run it. You'll be able to interact with the map using Jupyter Notebook, and this is also using WebAssembly. So this is just JupyterLite. You can also install on your local computer. Then you can have JupyterLite full functionality on your computer. So you can combine, basically integrate into existing workflow without having to change anything. And it's very lightweight, very powerful, no installation, free open source, so you don't have to pay anybody anything. The other thing is field collection. If you want to use this one in the field, you can also do that. So it allows you to create and then collect data. You can use the GPS. You can pick a map point on the map and save a point or something like that. So you can collect training samples for doing, for example, machine learning, land cover classification or something like that. And highly recommend that you explore. If you run into any issues, go to GitHub and then open an issue or submit a feature request. And I'll be working on this one intensively for the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Once it becomes very stable, then I may not spend too much time on that. And so if you like it, give it a star, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.